Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. So continuing with the discussion on Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita by Satsvarup Das Goswami, Volume 1, A Lifetime in Preparation, India, 1896 to 1965. Chapter 11, The Dream Come True. So as we know, Prabhupada now got all his paperwork, got the ticket on Jaladuta to go to America. Jaladuta was going to take off from Calcutta. So he came to Calcutta from Mumbai. He went to Mayapur also. And now it's a day of departure. As the day of his departure approached, Bhaktivedanta Swami took stock of his meager possessions. He had only a suitcase, an umbrella, and a supply of dry cereal. He did not know what he would find to eat in America. Perhaps there would be only meat. If so, he was prepared to live on boiled potatoes and the cereal. His main baggage, several trunks of his books, was being handled separately by his India cargo. 203 volume sets. The very thought of the books gave him confidence. When the day came for him to leave, he needed that confidence. He was making a momentous break with his previous life, and he was dangerously old and not in strong health. He was going to an unknown and probably unwelcoming country. To be poor and unknown in India was one thing. Even in these Kali Yuga days, when India's leaders were rejecting Vedic culture and imitating the West, it was still India. It was still the remnants of Vedic civilization. He had been able to see millionaires, governors, the prime minister, simply by showing up at the doors and waiting. A sannyasi was respected, Srimad Bhagavatam was respected. But in America, it would be different. He would be no one, a foreigner, and there was no tradition of sadhus, no temples, no free ashrams. But when he thought of the books he was bringing, transcendental knowledge in English, he became confident. When he met someone in America, he would give him a flyer, Srimad Bhagavatam, India's message of peace and goodwill. It was August 13, just a few days before Janmashtami, the appearance day anniversary of Lord Krishna. The next day would be his 69th birthday. During these last years, he had been in Vrindavan for Janmashtami. Many Vrindavan residents would never leave there. They were old and at peace in Vrindavan. Bhaktivedanta Swami was also concerned that he might die away from Vrindavan. That was why all the Vaishnava sadhus and widows had taken vows not to leave, even from Mathura, because to die in Vrindavan was the perfection of life. And the Hindu tradition was that a sannyasi should not cross the ocean and go to the land of the Malechas. But beyond all, that was a desire of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, and his desire was not different from that of Lord Krishna. And Lord Chaitanya had predicted that the chanting of Hare Krishna would be known in every town and village of the world. So, Bhaktivedanta Swami took a taxi down to the Calcutta port. A few friends and admirers, along with his son Vrindavan, accompanied him. He writes in his diary, today at 9 a.m. embark on MV Jalduta. Came with me Bhagwati, the Dwarvan of Sindhya Sanchir, Mr. Sen Gupta, Mr. Ali, and Vrindavan. He was carrying a Bengali copy of Chaitanya Charitamrita, which he intended to read during the crossing. Somehow he would be able to cook on board, or if not, he would starve. Whatever Krishna decided. He checked his essentials, passenger ticket, passport, visa, P-form, sponsor's address. Finally, it was happening. Srila Prabhupada. With what great difficulty I got out of the country, some way or other, by Krishna's grace. I got out so I could spread the Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. Otherwise, to remain in India, it was not possible. I wanted to start a movement in India, but I was not at all encouraged. The black cargo ship, small and weathered, was moored at dockside, a gangway leading from the dock to the ship's deck. Indian merchant sailors curiously eyed the elderly saffron-dressed sadhu as he spoke last words to his companions, and then left them and walked determinedly towards a boat. For thousands of years, Krishna Bhakti had been known only in India, not outside, except in twisted, faithless reports by foreigners. And the only Swamis to have reached America had been non-devotees, Mayavadi impersonalists. But now Krishna was sending Bhaktivedanta Swami as his emissary. So that was volume 1. Now starts the volume 2. Planting the Seed, New York City, 1965 to 66. First, chapter 12, The Journey to America. Today the ship is plying very smoothly. I feel today better, but I am feeling separation from Sri Vrindavan and my Lord Sri Govinda, Gopinath, Radha Damodar. My only solace is Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, in which I am tasting the nectarine of Lord Chaitanya's Leela. I left Bharat Bhumi just to execute the order of Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati in pursuance of Lord Chaitanya's order. I have no qualification, but have taken up the risk just to carry out the order of His divine grace. I depend fully on their mercy so far away from Vrindavan. Jaldut Diary, September 10th, 1965. The Jaladut is a regular cargo carrier of the India Steam Navigation Company, but there is a passenger cabin abroad. During the voyage from Calcutta to New York in August and September of 1965, the cabin was occupied by Shri Abhay Charnarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami, whose age was listed at 69 and who was taken on board bearing a complimentary ticket with food. The Jaladuta, under the command of Captain Arun Pandya, whose wife was also aboard, left at 9 a.m. on Friday, August 13th. Generally, here in America, Friday the 13th of any month is not considered very auspicious. But Prabhupada left on Friday the 13th, August 13th. In his diary, Srila Prabhupada noted, the cabin is quite comfortable. Thanks to Lord Krishna for enlightening Sumati Maharaj for all these arrangements. I'm quite comfortable. But on the 14th, he reported seasickness, dizziness, vomiting, Bay of Bengal, heavy rains, more sickness. So seasickness, yes, it is terrible because the ship is always moving. And one can feel it. So those who are not used to that ship ride, then they feel sick, they vomit. And Prabhupada at the age of 69, he's traveling in the boat, first time, obviously. And that's what Prabhupada says, seasickness, dizziness, vomiting. On the 19th, when the ship arrived at Colombo, Ceylon, now Sri Lanka, Prabhupada was able to get relief from his seasickness. The captain took him ashore and he traveled around Colombo by car. Then the ship went on towards Cochin on the west coast of India. Janmashtami, the appearance day of Lord Krishna, fell on the 20th of August that year. Prabhupada took the opportunity to speak to the crew about the philosophy of Lord Krishna, and he distributed prasadam he had cooked himself. August 21st was his 70th birthday, observed without ceremony at sea. That same day, the ship arrived at Cochin, and Srila Prabhupada's trunks of Srimad Bhagavatam volumes, which had been shipped from Bombay, were loaded on board. By the 23rd, the ship had put out to the Red Sea, where Srila Prabhupada encountered great difficulty. He noted in his diary, rain, seasickness, dizziness, headache, no appetite, vomiting. The symptoms persisted, but it was more than seasickness. The pains in his chest made him think he would die at any moment. In 2 days, he suffered 2 heart attacks. 2 heart attacks at the age of 70. On the sea, on the boat, in the sea. Where would he go? Nothing. He tolerated the difficulty, meditating on the purpose of his mission. But after 2 days of such violent attacks, he thought if another were to come, he would certainly not survive. On the night of the second day, Prabhupada had a dream. Lord Krishna, in his many forms, means all the 10 incarnations, Dashavatar, was rowing a boat, and he told Prabhupada that he should not fear, but should come along. Prabhupada felt assured of Lord Krishna's protection, and the violent attacks did not recur. The Jalduta entered the Suez Canal on September 1 and stopped in Port Said on the 2nd. Srila Prabhupada visited the city with the captain and said that he liked it. By the 6th, he had recovered a little from his illness and was eating regularly again for the first time in 2 weeks, having cooked his own khichdi and puris. He reported in his diary that his strength renewed little by little. So Thursday, September 9th, to 4 this afternoon, we have crossed over the Atlantic Ocean for 24 hours. The whole day was clear and almost smooth. I am taking my food regularly and have got some strength to struggle. There is also a slight tacking of the ship, and I am feeling a slight headache also. But I am struggling, and the nectarine of life is Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, the soul of all my vitality. Friday, September 10th. Today the ship is flying very smoothly. I feel today better. But I am feeling separation from Shri Vrindavan and my Lord, Shri Govinda, Gopinath, Radha Damodar. The only solace is Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, in which I am tasting the nectarine of Lord Chaitanya's Leela pastimes. I have left Bharat Bhumi just to execute the order of Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati in pursuance of Lord Chaitanya's order. I have no qualification, but have taken up the risk just to carry out the order of His divine grace. I depend fully on their mercy, so far away from Vrindavan. So this is September 10th. August 13th, he started the journey. And this is already September, almost a month has passed by on the ship. Today it takes us less than 24 hours to get from America to India. And still we feel, oh man, it's going to be a long journey, it's going to be tiring and this and that. 40 days Prabhupada was on the ship, going from India to America. And not a cruise ship, it was a cargo ship, and so much of difficulties he had to go through. During the voyage, Srila Prabhupada sometimes stood on deck at the ship's rail, watching the ocean and the sky and thinking of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Vrindavan Dham, and the order of his spiritual master to go preach in the West. Mrs. Pandya, the captain's wife, whom Srila Prabhupada considered to be an intelligent and learned lady, foretold Srila Prabhupada's future. If he were to pass beyond this crisis in his health, she said, it would indicate the goodwill of Lord Krishna. The ocean voyage of 1965 was a calm one for the Jaladuta. The captain said that never in his entire career had he seen such a calm Atlantic crossing. Prabhupada replied that the calmness was Lord Krishna's mercy, and Mrs. Pandya asked Prabhupada to come back with them so that they might have another such crossing. Srila Prabhupada wrote in his diary, if the Atlantic would have shown its usual face, perhaps I would have died. But Lord Krishna has taken charge of the ship. On September 13, Prabhupada noted in his diary, 32nd day of journey. Cooked bati khichdi, it appeared to be delicious, so I was able to take some food. Today I have disclosed my mind to my companion, Lord Krishna. There is a Bengali poem made by me in this connection. This poem was a prayer to Lord Krishna, and it is filled with Prabhupada's devotional confidence in the mission that he had undertaken on behalf of his spiritual master. An English translation of the opening stanza follows. I emphatically say to you, O brothers, you will obtain your good fortune from the Supreme Lord Krishna only when Srimati Radharani becomes pleased with you. Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is very dear to Lord Gauranga, Lord Chaitanya, the son of Mother Shachi, is unparalleled in his service to the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. He is that great saintly spiritual master who bestows intense devotion to Krishna at different places throughout the world. By his strong desire, the holy name of Lord Gauranga will spread throughout the countries of the Western world. In all the cities, towns, and villages on the earth, from all the oceans, seas, rivers, and streams, everyone will chant the holy name of Krishna. As a vast mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu conquers all directions, a flood of transcendental ecstasy will certainly cover the land. When all the sinful, miserable living entities become happy, the Vaishnava's desire is then fulfilled. Although my Guru Maharaj ordered me to accomplish this mission, I am not worthy or fit to do it. I am very fallen and insignificant. Therefore, O Lord, now I am begging for your mercy so that I may become worthy, for you the wisest and most experienced of all. The poem ends in that, today that remembrance of you came to me in a very nice way. Because I have a great longing, I called to you. I am your eternal servant, and therefore I desire your association so much. O Lord Krishna, except for you, there is no means of success. In the same straightforward, factual manner in which he had noted the date, the weather, and his state of health, he now described his helpless dependence on his companion, Lord Krishna, and his absorption in the ecstasy of separation from Krishna. He described the relationship between the spiritual master and the disciple, and he praised his own spiritual master, Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, by whose strong desire the holy name of Lord Gauranga will spread throughout all the countries of the Western world. He plainly stated that his spiritual master had ordered him to accomplish this mission of worldwide Krishna consciousness, and feeling unworthy, he prayed to Lord Krishna for strength. The last verses give an unexpected, confidential glimpse into Srila Prabhupada's direct relationship with Lord Krishna. Prabhupada called on Krishna as his dear friend and longed for the joy of again wandering the fields of Braj. This memory of Krishna, he wrote, came because of a great desire to serve the Lord. Externally, Srila Prabhupada was experiencing great inconvenience. He had been aboard ship for a month and had suffered heart attacks and repeated seasickness. Moreover, even if he were to recover from these difficulties, his arrival in America would undoubtedly bring many more difficulties. But remembering the desire of his spiritual master, taking strength from his reading of Chaitanya Charitamrita, and revealing his mind in his prayer to Lord Krishna, Prabhupada remained confident. After a 35-day journey from Calcutta, the Jalduta reached Boston's Commonwealth Pier at 5:30 a.m. on September 17, 1965. The ship was to stop briefly in Boston before proceeding to New York City. Among the first things Srila Prabhupada saw in America were the letters A and P, painted on a pierfront warehouse. The grey waterfront dawn revealed the ships in the harbor, a conglomeration of lobster stands and drab buildings, and rising in the distance the Boston skyline. Prabhupada had to pass through US Immigration and Customs in Boston. His visa allowed him a 3-month stay, and an official stamped it to indicate his expected day of departure. Captain Pandya invited Prabhupada to take a walk into Boston, where the captain intended to do some shopping. They walked across a footbridge into a busy commercial area with old churches, warehouses, office buildings, bars, tawdry bookshops, nightclubs, and restaurants. Prabhupada briefly observed the city. But the most significant thing about his short stay in Boston, aside from the fact that he had now set foot in America, was that at Commonwealth Pier, he wrote another Bengali poem entitled Markine Bhagavad Dharma, means teaching Krishna consciousness in America. So this is the very, very important prayer Prabhupada wrote there. So I think we'll take it up tomorrow. Markinam Bhagavad Dharma. Any questions or comments?
So everything is so amazing. जब से शुरू किया हुआ है ये सब पढ़ना, मतलब really speechless ही हो जाती हूँ मैं, तो समझ ही नहीं आता क्या comments हैं, क्या हमारी realization है, nothing. तो बहुत हैरान करने वाला है सब कुछ, मतलब एक एक step कितना यहाँ पे harassment, कैसे पूरी जर्नी.
और प्रॉपर क्या क्या नहीं सहा उन्होंने, और अभी तो और आएगा आगे पढ़ोगे तो.
यही तो.
और ये सिर्फ हमारे लिए तो, अपने लिए थोड़ी कर रहे हैं.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisance. I'm so sorry, I joined the class late. But Prabhuji, this is so true that Prabhupada has done this all for us, and I'm now. It's like I feel like if it gets into a wrong hand, then people will misuse it like all other organization or all other temple. They have done it. It's like ये प्रभुपाद को हमको बहुत प्रे करने की जरूरत है कि आपका ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आप ही बचा सकते हैं.
ये तो है. ये तो है. But we have to do our part, that's all. ठीक है, चलो, you all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila.